This is David Parrish here with ChampionRoper.com. I have the really great privilege to meet Mr. Allen Bach. Allen's a 4-time world champion, 30-time NFR qualifier, hanging out here at the Wrangler Team Roping Championships. Great finals so far.
Oh yeah, Dennis Tryon's been a really good friend of mine for as long as he was my first partner ever. And one reason we're up here is just to support his finals, but him and Pat do a really good job all year long, and I just think they have one of the best ropings that you could ever put on. Good family environment, really good cattle, the right price for the ropings, so I just think it's the best roping probably all year long.
Yeah, it's a good combination of, there's the team numbers that they're getting here have been really great. It was awesome to get to watch you rope in the open roping the other evening, and wow, every time I watch you rope, I'm just impressed. I mean, without a doubt, you're one of the people that I, as a lower number roper, try to emulate, and there's a lot of them out there. So we're going to talk a little bit about smartroping.com and your product here, which is Smarty. I guess, what do you guys call this?
Well, yeah, we call it Smarty. The name of our website and our training program is Smart Roping, smartroping.com. So we just thought it was appropriate to name it Smarty.
I like it. I like it a lot. So you are 100% involved in the complete design of the cow?
Well, yeah, totally. I mean, I started 20 years ago, and I introduced the actual sled roping machine into the market, or the industry, basically, and I just totally believe in being able to slow the fundamentals down, slow everything down to where you can consciously work on your position, swing, your timing, your delivery, and it's just a lot easier when you have a machine. Like baseball has a pitching machine basically for practicing hitting, and our sport didn't really have a good practice tool. So that's where the machines have really been instrumental, I think, in helping a lot of the kids, like safely getting them started on horses and going slow, and helping them to rope and dally and handle their horses effectively without getting dangerous.
Yeah, getting in trouble. Absolutely getting into trouble. Now it doesn't hop. It is solid. Now there's a good reason behind this. What is that?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody has a little bit of different opinion, but I started off, I designed a hopping machine, and when we was getting over there to the schools and that, we caught ourselves turning the machine off and roping it just as a sled. And what I believe is, I'll help somebody with riding their position and coming in there and keeping their swing smooth, and a good confident delivery, meaning the position that your hand is in when you actually release the rope is so important. If you turn your hand over to pull your slack and lift it up, a lot of times that's why these guys are their loops aren't coming in there accurately. So what I did is I designed a machine that you could actually, the leg position is right, just like a live steer. The loops come in really good. You can dally on it, which is a lot better for your horse, and a lot of the people need practice dallying. But it promotes a really confident delivery, and you can ride your horse into it a lot better.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about, Allen, this is brand new, out, Smart Roping Training Center. You got this coming open in November. Tell everybody a little bit about your vision of what you're doing with this program. I think, if I got here, dates available November 12th through the 16th, 26th through the 30th, December 17th through the 21st, January 7 to 11, January 21st to the 25th, February 4th through the 8th, and the 18th through the 22nd. Limited amount of time, or limited number in the classes. So, even here, and I'll let you go into this in just a second, but even here, Allen has been over across in the practice pen, and if he sees a young man walking around swinging his loop, he's helping all these kids, and he's helping anybody who needs help. Tell us a little bit about what you're wanting to do with this training center.
Well, everybody has different probably giftings or whatever, but I've always enjoyed teaching, and I consider myself a coach more than I do probably a teacher. But I've had over 600 roping schools, and it really does take a lot of experience and a lot of schools to properly coach somebody and really see something that really is going wrong and be able to fix it and break it down and make it simple for someone. So what I'm trying to do is develop a coaching program and educate people to the fact that every other sport has a coach other than roping. I mean, almost every young person in their their 20s, let's say if you're golfing or tennis or basketball, if you ask them who their coach was, they'd all have an answer, and no one really has one in team roping. And I've been really blessed in order to, like, I got to help coach on clay tryon, which I think is probably the best header going right now. And Patrick Smith stayed with me for 2 years. Paul Eves is a boy that's, I think he made it 5th this year, and he stayed with me. Yeah. And so I'm really seeing the value of somebody coming back and staying with me for long periods of time. And most people aren't willing to do that, but I really enjoy making a long-lasting impact or effect on somebody rather than just, you know, a 2-day school showing someone that, hey, that was a pretty good school. He gave me a couple good pointers. I mean, I want to invest in somebody where it's a long-lasting effect, where when they go and they win a saddle or a buckle, that they feel good about it, I feel good about it. So at our place, we finally, now that I'm not full-time competing, I can finally spend the time or invest the time with people to come down and stay with me for, say, a week. They could go home, work on their rope, and they could come back in a month or two and stay another week, or they could stay a whole month with me. I had a guy call me this morning that literally is interested in sending his son to me for a whole year. And I'm interested in that kind of thing, because I'd rather help probably a limited amount of people for more time and really put some value into it, rather than
Have an impact.
Yeah, really have a major impact.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time, and it's a pleasure for me to finally get to meet you. You know, guys, I would encourage you, we'll make sure, and we've got it posted up, smartroping.com information. I'm going to take and post up all the information on this card to the live blog later this evening, and feel free, give them a phone call. Allen, one thing I really appreciate is that he's a very approachable guy. You know, yes, he's a 4-time world champion and many-time NFR qualifier, but you can walk up and talk to Mr. Bach any point in time, and he's got some time for you. So this is David Parrish with Champion Roper with Allen Bach, and we'll see you on the road.